national anthem of Uganda. And good luck for both of the teams. We have 7 minutes till the start. 7 minutes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you may be. Welcome to the live coverage of the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship provided by the Lax Sports Network on laxsn.com. All the way from the University of Limerick at Limerick, Ireland, we have the fourth and final game of Group E. As Korea prepares to take on Uganda for the first time in this tournament, both teams have suffered 3 back-to-back-to-back defeats. Korea lost their first game against Hong Kong 4-11. After that, they lost 8-11 to the Netherlands. And yesterday, they lost to Sweden 12-6. As for Uganda lost its first game against the Sweden 6-9, then lost to Hong Kong 10-4, and yesterday, a game that I called as well, Netherlands beat Uganda 12-5. Now, we're gonna have a couple more games today for you right here in the LSN network, where you'll see Israel take on the Czech Republic at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 European Time, and it will be called by our good friend Tom Eschen again on the LSN network. But that's not the only game, folks. There's another game, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. 3 p.m. European time, Japan against Puerto Rico. And to top it off, he's got another game at 1 p.m. Eastern time and 6 p.m. European time, or Ireland time if you'd like. It is Sweden taking on Hong Kong. And Tom Eschen will also be on that call. Now, as this group stage is coming to an end, remember that this is a record for World Championship Lacrosse. 23 teams, the most that will ever or have ever competed in a championship, and it will be the largest ever age group for a World Championship staged by World Lacrosse. Originally a U19 World Championship, the World Lacrosse approved a change in upper age eligibility, racing the event to U20. Due to COVID, however, there was a postponement, thus racing the age to U21 only on a one-time basis. Now, Lax is a sport that has garnered so much attention and has gotten so much love over the past couple years that it's obtained recognition by the International Olympic Committee in June of 2022. Olympic inclusion is targeted for the LA Games of 2028. Approximately 100 of these games are broadcasted globally via TV and digital stream. There have been over 690 participants for a total of 10 days and approximately 11 games per day. Remember that the Lax Sports Network is proud to bring you over 60 of these games from the World Championship. And just to remind you once more, this is the final game from Group E, as Uganda is set to take on Korea. Both of these teams are yet to win their first game of the tournament, but today there will be a victor. And we are ready to take this game head on as Korea and Uganda get ready for the initial face off and for the game to begin. Uganda is led by head coach Patrick Oriana, while he is held by assistant coaches Nicholas J. Lewis, Max Phillips, and Liberty Tuasimi. Here's his number 8, George Okik, against number 22. That is Luke Smith. And it is Uganda who comes up initially with a first ball. Ojic, first face-off of the day, turns into offensive possession for Uganda. Some substitutions going on at the bottom of your screen right there. We're gonna see if this is gonna be a high-paced, high-action game, or if it's gonna be more of a slower, a little bit choppier, a little bit more turnovers, which is what we saw from Uganda yesterday. Initially, they easily got into the Netherlands defense and were able to penetrate it. After the second quarter, they really weren't able to score that much, only once in the fourth quarter. So definitely something that Patrick Oriana has talked over with his players is the need to be more active, the need to find more spaces, and to timeout by Uganda. Very strange early timeout. And there's definitely something that Patrick Oriana might want to talk over his players. Didn't really seem happy with what he was seeing, and that's the sense of urgency that we are talking about. We'll be right back after this timeout.
We return to play after Uganda's timeout with 13:57 left.
There's 13 minutes 57 left on this first quarter after that first timeout. That is number 88 for Uganda, who's currently on the ball. Sorry, 98. Rogers Aniwar. And then number 4, Finn Phillips. At the top is George Ojic, who dishes it to number 44, Siwu Meliga. And you see that swarming defense from Korea, not giving a single inch of space to the Uganda players. Something that Patrick Oriana must have talked over. In order to unlock this defense, there has to be a lot of movement, a lot of cuts, and there has to be definitely a lot of passing. One-on-one might be a solution. That is Korea trying to recoup that ball, and they do. They try to transition into offense quickly, but it is ultimately Uganda who had come up with the ball, but it is a turnover as number 13, Owen Waluku, stepped out of bounds and gives possession to the blue team, Korea. And as you have seen, Korea will be attacking from left to right with their blue jerseys and white helmets, while on the other side is Uganda with from right to left, red numbers, white jerseys, and black helmets. First shot of the game by number 5 from Korea, easily saved by Andrew Azimwe. Didn't have to sweat that one that much. Great reaction. Definitely having a better day than yesterday, I can say that. And that was the first shot attempt of the game by number 5, Duriol Yun. And that is again Uganda. George Okik had to go all the way back to the halfway line in order to recoup that ball. Possession will start again. As you see, Ojic with no sense of urgency as for now. He's going to try to take on one-on-one this defender, but ultimately a really bad pass and another turnover for Uganda. Nothing Finn Phillips could do there. And now it is Korea on the transition. Big hit by number 44. And there is a flag drawn. That was Wibu Meliga, who wrecked number 40 for Korea. And got called for a foul. Yae Wong Park.
Uganda's penalty called on number 44, Ibu Malaga. Malaga with a 1-minute clock.
There would be a 1-minute penalty assessed to number 44, Swibu Meliga. And now Korea on the opposite side of the field, trying to take advantage of this penalty and the first score of the game. An assist by number 5, who we had mentioned earlier, struck the first shot of the game. Now dishes the first assist. Duke Ryolyun passed it to number 22, Luke Smith, for the first score of the game. The Uganda defense fell asleep right there, or in all honesty, you can't say that. They have one person. They're missing one person on the field as they are assessing that 1-minute penalty to number 44. They will change Uganda will change who that had sent previously for the face-off. Now will be number 98, Rogers Aniwar. This is something that we saw yesterday against Netherlands. Uganda rotates between Rogers Aniwar, Owen Waluku, and George Okik for the face-off. And number 44 is back on the field. Zwibu Meliga. He's taking control of this offensive possession. Again, some substitutions going on at the bottom of your screen. And you see that Korea defense, that 3-1-2, that turns into a 3-3 line at times once the players start to drop back near the goal. And that is going to be a shot by number 13, Swibu Meliga, Owo Maluku, excuse me, and it was saved. First save of the day for the Korean goalkeeper. Didn't seem to have too much trouble in doing so. That is goalie Theo Kim. Again, number 5, Duke Ryol Yoon taking control of this possession, running towards the goal, getting leveled. And then another open space for number 22, Luke Smith. 2 scores in less than under 2 minutes. Korea trying to pull away with this one. That was a great outlet pass. Again, Uganda being a little bit careless in terms of where they stand in the field and who covers who. You see that they draw away players from each other to then open up spaces for a shot. Again, as I talked before, Uganda has now sent Owen Waluku for this face-off against number 6. That is Yu Yun Lee. Lee Smith. In no rush, number 11 now. Shin, Yuwong Shin. Shin, this is it again to Yoon, who's already have 1 assist in this game. Shin gonna dish it back to number 22, Luke Smith. Then to number 5, Duke Ryol Yoon. And number 33 at the bottom of your screen. Still going strong with the possession. Now that you see that they're trying to play keep away with the Uganda defense. And a big step up by number 11, Shin. And again, giving it to number 42. A lot of screaming there from both benches, as they thought it was an illegal stick check there on number 42, Yi Song Yoon. Shot by Yi Song Yoon, no luck, sails over the goal, although he did have great movement to blow past his defender, number 81, Edward Komakis. Komakis now in control of the possession. He's going to be the one to try and transition into offense. Little skip pass for number 13, Owen Waluku, one of the faster players that this team has. And you see that urgency from George Okik trying to find that pass for Finn. Sykes gets leveled by number 1 from the Korea side. That is Youngmin Yu. It will stay Uganda's possession. Finn Phillips in control. George Okik going towards his usual position, a little bit towards the right in the middle of the field now. Owen Waluku scanning the field for an open pass. Number 44 now, Meliga. This is it to number 11, Ojo. Back again to George Okik, to Waluku. Waluku still unable to find really a pass or something that will put Korea in a dangerous position. They're still trying to move the ball and find open spaces, but have had no luck so far. That is George Oki gonna take a shot. Misses his a little bit wide. It will stay on Korea's side, but it will be Uganda who continues their offensive possession through number 44, Zwibu Meliga, as he approaches the goal. Back number 11, Benjamin Ojok. Again, that is Meliga.
4 minutes to make the first quarter. 4 minutes.
Waluku. And intercepted by number 8, the goalie for Korea, who's gonna run and take off to complete this transition into the offensive third, but no luck. Little bit of a crazy pass there, not able to corral it, and then Uganda just does the same thing. They create an unfroze turnover, and again, very strange succession of possessions right here. Both teams very careless with the ball. Referees indicating to George Well he'll have to line up. Ooh, some great moves. Now that's what we want to see here in that last third. That's what they need to do. Take on your player one-on-one. Use your speed. Use your shiftiness like that. Number 44, great score. Zwibu Meliga. And that same celebration we saw yesterday. If they see that their passes and their movements are not quite strong enough just yet to make the Korean defense bite, maybe these one-on-one situations will be the answer for Uganda. That is the first score of the game for Uganda. Number 44 is Wibu Meliga, the scorer.
That was Malaya at 3:06. He got his first goal. Korea currently leads 2-1.
And we are ready for the fourth face-off of the day. Again, they have decided to send Waluku against number 5, Deok Ryolyun. Again, Meliga on the ball. Ben Phillips taking an eye at George Okik. Waluku again on the ball. Opening up the space, giving it. Again, lot of passes here for Uganda. Phillips to Okik. Couldn't corral that pass, although he takes possession once more. He's gonna give it back to Finn. Phillips trying to approach on that near side at goalie. Haven't had much luck. Benjamin Ojok dish it to number 44 again, who scores. He's got the red hot stick currently. That is Zwibu Meliga's second score of the game. And just like that, we are all leveled in the first quarter. Good pass by Benjamin Oak. And then we got Zuibu Meliga with another slashing shot. Smarter to make it bounce and make it harder for the Korean goalkeeper to save that one. They're gonna change Waluku and we'll give a shot to George Okik on this face-off. Korea has also changed the player they usually send. That is number 42 for them, Jung Yi-sung. And George is gonna be the one to take care of that possession. Uganda is gonna
1 minute remaining
go
in the first quarter.
on the offensive side again. 1 minute left on this first quarter. Packed action. 2-2, all tied up. Initially 2 goals by Korea. Saw Uganda go down. But ultimately 2 unanswered goals by Uganda has put them right back on where they want to be.
At 2:04 in the first quarter. The game is currently
Ben
tied
Phillips
2-2.
dishing it to number 17. And another score. That is 44, the man of the moment. Yes, sir. Celebrate that one, young man. Zuibu Meliga is on fire. He cannot be stopped and he won't be denied either. Little skip
We have
pass
a
by number
third goal
80,
saved with
88.
44 seconds remaining in the first quarter by number
And that is the third
44,
scored for
Sibu
Cebu
Malaga,
Meliga.
assisted by number 98, Rogers Anway. Malaga from Anway with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Number
Uganda leads
88.
3-2.
That is. We are still yet to find out as there's nobody on the roster with that number. They're going to send Okik back once more against number 42, Young Yi Sung. And a little bit of contact right there. That is number 22 for Korea, the man that has scored twice already, Luke Smith. A little bit under 30 seconds left. Number 33 now trying to take it the length of the field. Soyu Kim and referee's call for the end of this first half. 3 unanswered scores by Uganda to end this first half.
We'll have a
It will
3-minute
leave him with a score of 3-2
overtime.
on top of Korea. Remember that you are watching the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship live from the University of Limerick in Limerick, Ireland on laxsn.com. We'll be right back, folks. little bit of a strange face-off right there. We're back here with undergoing the second quarter. Remember that this is brought to you live thanks to the Lax S and to Lax Network on laxsn.com. This is the final game of Pool E on this group stage. Uganda and Korea, both of the teams that have lost all three matches previously before this one. Today is a statement of redemption. Whoever wins is going to take that single W home. The other will be the team to lose 4 games in this group stage. A lot more active defense by the Uganda side, and that's what you like to see. Those words from Patrick Oriana must have had an effect on his players. They're a lot more active and a lot more physical, as you can see. That was number 17, Aaron Yealing, somebody we had not mentioned much before, causing a turnover. And now it's Uganda in possession. They'll drain this clock a bit as they set up this possession. George Okic passing it to the bottom of your right screen, sorry. That is Finn Phillips. And you probably want to get that ball to number 44, who's still feeling it. Now they're trying to double check him. That number 22 has got help on his backside, and for a good reason. Number 44 has been on fire today. Wiwu Meliga. This is the game where he scored the most, as he scored all 3 of his country's goals thus far. And again, he's gonna take on number 22. Gonna take a shot, and that one was easily corralled by the Korean goalkeeper. And a good save. Again, number 22 on the offensive side for Korea. A missed shot. It will stay on Uganda's side, however. It will be Korea continuing this offensive possession. That is number 90. Trying to pressure up that fast offense that Korea has. That is number 11 now. Youngwook Shin. Shin on the ball. In addition to number 26. That is Yarwook Park. Park on the ball. Still trying to shake off Ojic. And he does. Gonna find that open man, number 11. And it is saved by number 22, Andrew Azimwe. He will begin this possession. This is hit to number 8. That is George Okic, who's going to run the length of the field and is now on the opposite side. Still going strong. Gonna take a shot. Saved. Amazing save and a great reaction by number 8. For the Korean side. That is Theodore Kim. Theodore is going to dish it to one of his players upfield. A little bit of a skip pass right there. It is ultimately Smith who comes up with it. Pardon me. It is ultimately number 11, Shin, who comes up with it. Shin still trying to tell their players, just give me some space. Just give me some space, I'll do the rest. Trying to set up something they practice. And Shin has drawn pretty far back Waluku. Waluku's still trying to recoup. And a swarming defense of Uganda is not going to let any shots go off. You see that help side. That is a flag that's flown. I believe one of the Uganda players stick checked number 21, but it was on his helmet. So that's why that flag had been drawn. They will assess this penalty. Number 21, Ye Yoon Yoon. That's who got stick hit in the face. Again, the referees, a little bit of miscommunication there between the players and the referees. Talking some things over. Pointing at the different Ugandan players.
10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 10 minutes.
10 minutes left on this second quarter, and it is Soo-hyuk Kim who will get this possession started for the Korean side. Still awaiting the whistle from the referees. Everything's set up. We're just waiting on that whistle. Seems like they're still discussing some stuff, but no, we're on our way. We will stay on Uganda's side. Number 42 ripped right through it, but it was ultimately Azimwe who was able to dodge it and take it out of the way of the goal. Number 22 Smith finds the open player, open teammate, sorry, number 5. Yoon wanted to return the favor on the 2 assists that Yoon has dished out for Smith, but couldn't return the favor just yet. The Uganda defense glued together like a unit this time, and another miss, another shot by Korea. Number 4 able to corral it for his team. Ethan Ashley getting checked, still trying to rip it through. Sails wide and up of this Uganda goalie, and it is ultimately Korea who's still on the ball. Smith dishes it to number 44, and a save by Asimwe, now 81 in control of the possession. Edward Komakis. And we see the Korean side struggle a bit more offensively, which is something we hadn't seen that much. Komakis gonna run. He's gonna make it by himself, but he is stick check and loses control of the ball. Another turnover by the Uganda side. That is number 4 for Korea. Ethan Ashley running the length of the field, gonna take a shot. And that is a score. Andrew Asimwe had him too close to react. Remember, that was Ethan Ashley's first solo score of the game. Now we are all leveled up at 3. Again, face off. That is Waluku, who comes up big for his country, and as I say that, Uganda is turning the ball over. Again, another turnover, but they're able to corral it somehow. Owen Waluku doing a better job of taking care of the ball. Finn Phillips on that opposite side of the field, trying to look for George Okik, was always at the top of your screens, usually beginning these offensive possessions. And then on the near side, we got the man of the hour, number 44, who's just been scoring non-stop. Sibu Meliga, another hot pass. It's able to find George Okik. He dishes it to Ben Phillips. And you see the Uganda players need to move around while they're not in possession of the ball. Otherwise, it's too easy for Korea to defend. And that will be a timeout called. Remember, this is the second quarter, all leveled up at 3 between Uganda and Korea, the last game of the championship Pool E.
Uganda takes
You
the
are watching the
second
2022
timeout
World Lacrosse Men's
at
U21 World
5:47
Championship
in the
live
second
from the
quarter.
University of
Uganda
Limerick
second
in
timeout,
Limerick, Ireland on
5:47 in the second quarter.
laxsn.com.
Sorry for the delay, but there was a Korean goal by 4, unassisted, at 7:56. Korea goal 4, unassisted at 7:56.
We are back here, Uganda in possession of the ball. Finn Phillips probably had some things to talk over. That is number 88 at the top of your screens. 98, pardon me. Rogers Anywar. He's gonna take it by himself. Tries to make a pass, but is quickly intercepted by number 22 Smith, who's just turned on the burners and is gonna dish it. Now he gives back finally on that assist that number 5 has set up previously for him too many times before. Luke Smith was able to put Yoon in the scoring sheet. Yoon with a simple shot. He was fairly uncontested as well. That quick transition into offense left him right by himself, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing number 22 could do to prevent this. Andrew Simwe. Korea now takes the lead after they had 3 unanswered goals by Uganda. Again, another face-off, number 8 this time. George Okik against number 42. Number 42, that is Young Yi-sung. Again, Korea with a possession. Number 11 will just go and fly by number 24. That is Seung-yuk Shin. Shin gonna dish it up to Smith. Smith, who's taken more charge of the offensive side. Now number 33, Suyuk Kim. Careless turnover. Now it will be George Okik who's gonna run with the ball or inbound it probably. And the first option seems to be the one George likes the most. He's gonna be the one to take the ball. A high line pressure of 3 men by Korea are gonna try to swarm him. With no luck, however. Again, George taking everyone on by himself, and a pass to number 44. It is saved, but George seems to be in a lot of pain. George Okik on the floor. Every other player seems to be on a knee. Medical staff quickly runs into the field to take a closer look at the player. Seems to be in a lot of pain. Let's see here what happened. Seems he might have lost his air with a strong hit from number 1 from Korea. That is Yu Ming Yu. Take a few moments here and wait to see how George is doing. Hopefully he'll be able to stand on his own. It is always horrible to see a player go down like this, but it is the camaraderie of the players and the sportsmanship of the opponents that make this a bit more, a bit easier to bear. And this is really what the sport is all about, folks. Sportsmanship, camaraderie. That's what we'd like to see. We'll take a few moments. You could hear the claps on the field, which would essentially mean that George has stood up, hopefully. And he indeed has, although he is not walking on his own towards the bench. Nonetheless, he is able to walk with the help of the medical staff from the Uganda side. That is a big blow to this team, as George is somebody that has helped them numerous occasions with face-offs, and he is really the one to start every offensive possession, as you might have seen. Finn Phillips running towards the bench at the bottom of your screen. Referees talking things over, and we'll wait for play to resume. My mic was muted. I apologize for that, folks. I didn't realize. But we are back here under.
Penalty is set to Sweebu Malaga. A 30-second technical for goalie interference. Malaga goalie interference.
And it seems that there was a bit of a pushback, and indeed there was. Foul called on number 90, or number 80, pardon me, from that Uganda side. It will stay on this side of the field as Korea will continue their offensive possession through number 4. Ethan Ashley, the last scorer of the Korean side, who needed no help, unassisted, in a very strong shot that rattles off one of the posts and bounces all the way back into midfield. 2 minutes left in this second quarter, and to finish up this first half, Smith take a shot. No good. It stays Korea's possession. Again, it will be Ethan Ashley. Pardon me, that was Uganda. It will be number 18 who gives it to his goalkeeper, Andrew Azimwe, to begin this possession. Now we see Owen Waluku drop all the way back to the previous position of the injured Joe Okic. Still running strong, trying to take that pass and that pressure off of him, but it is a little too strong. It will be another unforced turnover by the Uganda side. Block still going on. Korea trying to take advantage of one last possession. There's 1 minute left remaining. And you could hear many whistles going on around. Those are not the referees. That is Smith at the top of your screen. And it is another timeout by Korea as they'd like to talk things over right before this end of the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Here taking their second timeout. There's 43 seconds remaining in the first half.
45 seconds left on this second quarter, or the first half, as some would like to say. That is numbers 26 for Korea, who's going to take on number 13, Waluku. 30 seconds to remain in this half. A little bit tripped up, but not too shabby with that score. Number 26 also needed no help in getting things done. Yaewu Park puts his name for the first time on the score sheet. Seems to be limping off a bit. Almost tripped up and fell, but ultimately was able to keep his balance right there. You see that? And just dish it. Great slashing ball as it rolls into the Ugandan goalie. Half face off again.
That is Park unassisted with 25 seconds remaining in the first half.
Again, it is Korea ultimately who win this possession back. Trying to take advantage of the little time that is left to sum another score. Block shot by Uganda. And that marks the end. Sorry, that will not mark the end of the second quarter. Now that will mark the end of the first half. Remember, you are watching the last game of Pool E, where Uganda takes off on Korea. That first half, 3-5, Korea on top. Remember that you are watching the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship live from the University of Limerick in Limerick, Ireland on laxsn.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the live coverage of the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship provided by the Lax Sports Network on laxsn.com. All the way from Limerick, at the University of Limerick, Ireland, we bring to you Pool E's last game, the matchup between Uganda and Korea. As I said before, both teams have lost all three of their previous matches against Sweden, Netherlands, and Hong Kong. This is the redemption game between Uganda and Korea. Winner, that is number 11 on the ball, Shin. Mentioning him a lot more. Gonna try to square up number 13, Owen Waluku. Runs by him. He's gonna take the shot, and he does not. Good defense by the Uganda side. Not giving an inch to the players. That is something that Patrick Oriana must have talked with his players. And a foul. Number 26. The penalized player for Uganda comes out. You hear both benches being absolutely vocal. And it's a turnover. Number 21, trying to tell the other players to stay put, to relax. You still have a 2 goal lead. There's no need to make those sort of mistakes at this point. George Oki gets back. Good to see that man on the field and running. And he seems to be charged up, a little bit re-energized. Ole, as I like to say. Where were you going, Mr. 26? George Oki gets back in full form, up and running, and making all defenders in blue miss. Still 2 scores down. Gotta cut this lead down as much as you can. Still got 2 more quarters to go. Still ongoing in this third. George is gonna find the open person. Number 44, the man with a hot hand. And it is a beautiful score. That is the first score of the game for number 6, John Brian Mukaga. And they cut down the lead to just the smallest of margins. A laser beam that goes right in top bins. Yes, we could see number 8 lamenting this. Theodore Kim really thought he had that one, but no. It was number 6, John Brian Mukaga, who had a rocket ready to leave his arm. Now it is 4-5. 3 different players on the Uganda side have scored now. However, it is still number 44, Zwibu Meliga, who's had the most impactful contribution in this game. Owen is back on the ball, and Waluku. Couple substitutions going at the bottom of your screen. Backing out a bit more. And it's back to Ojic. Gonna perform his little routine of running around, dishing it to the player in the back, and then hopefully finding the open man for them. Number 17, Aaron Yealing, seeing a couple more minutes on this second half. He's gonna try to dish it up to number 11 for the scoop and the score, but no good. That is number 22 for Korea now, who's gonna take charge of this possession, gonna turn on the Jets and run the entirety of the length of the field. He's by himself, gonna try score. And yes, another unassisted goal. That is the third unassisted goal for Korea. That means there must be something on the defensive side. Because if you got only one person running right through all your defense, there's something going on. They need more cohesion between them and a lot more communication because you cannot have that when you're only one score away from tying things up. As you see, all players leave their assignments and try to help out, but a little too late. Number 22, Luke Smith. That is his third score of the day. He's also got one assist on his stat sheet to accompany what he's done today. And now we are changing again who we send in face off as far as Uganda goes. That is number 81. 81, Edward Komakis. No good. It is Korea's possession. Still here in the third quarter.
Both with 1 minute left. Uganda will be down 2 men for 1 minute.
And another shot by number 42. A bit demoralizing. But nonetheless, it opens up the eyes of the Uganda players that haven't glued together as they did in that first half, at least defensively. You're just giving too much open space. You're being too passive on defense. Take a look at the shot goes right through the legs of Andrew Osimwe, and really demoralizing goal right here. Two scores fairly quick. Back again on face-off. They've sent George to get this one away. And it is not George, pardon me. It is still number 81 who takes the shot, and it is saved by Theodore Kim. Again, Korea trying to transition quickly into offense. That is number 33 for the Korean side, who's going to dish it to Smith. Smith in no rush. Smith telling everyone to move to get open. Still running, keeping his eyes up while he goes by, but another turnover forced by the Ugandan side. And a little bit of a collision right there by number 24. Referee says it will be their ball and they will continue their offensive possession. That is number 13 currently on the ball. Owen Waluku, the midfielder.
All clocks have been stopped. Uganda has public first check at number 22.
Referees are checking the depth of the cradle in the lax stick, and they're asking the other players to please give him some space. We'll be right back. We will be resuming play right now as Uganda is set to take on this offensive possession. It will be number 81, Komakis. We'll get things started now that George is playing on that right side of the field. Siem Ochik is back after we saw him crumble. Sorry, after we saw him get hit. We believe that he might have lost air, and ultimately he walked with the help of the medical staff from Uganda, but he is back and running here on this third quarter. Still getting swarmed. Finn Phillips trying to dish it over to Owen Waluku, and a foul called by number 1. Waluku will be the one to continue with his offensive possession. Waluku. Finn Phillips gonna take a shot. Rips right through. And no good. It'll be Korea's ball. That is Theodore Kim who will get things started for them. Number 40 running the length of the field and getting hit by number 88, Kamakesh, making a strong stand from the very beginning on this offensive possession for Korea. Another foul called. Korea will retain possession. It'll be Ethan Ashley. Ethan Ashley gonna dish it to number 33. Chuyu Kim. Kim on the ball, gonna dish it up to Smith. Smith doesn't like the look he's had. Kim Yim. Another shot and another save by number 22, Andrew Asimwe, who quickly gives it on to Owen Waluku for a quick transition into offense, but number 42 for Korea had other ideas. That is Yi Song Young, who is still pressuring up Owen. Little bit of a careless pass right there. It's gonna be a turnover for Uganda, and it will be again Korea's possession. Take a look at that replay. Asimwe doing a great job of fronting his stick and putting it forth to save that laser beam of his shot. A long pass intended towards no one, and it is ultimately Uganda who keeps control of it, but it's trying to get out. That is number 4, Ethan Ashley, the man who did it by himself. Number 21, and a miss. It will go Uganda's way, as you see the Korean players lament that it was a great opportunity, but they couldn't capitalize. Is George now Okik who's gonna run with the ball across the halfway line, and he does. Taking again on every single one. We've seen this movie before. He's gonna take a shot. No, he's gonna dish it up for Finn Phillips. Finn Phillips getting pressured high up. Waiting. Dishing it back to George Okik. Kamakesh on the ball. Giving it a light throttle. Very passive offensive possession. Waiting, being patient, not forcing anything. And as I said that, they turn over the ball with a careless pass right there in front of the goalie, Theodore Kim. It isn't him who ultimately recuperates the ball, but it is Yu Ming Yu instead. Smith gonna turn on the Jets. He gets into the last third. Number 21 gonna take another shot. This time he does capitalize on it. And the celebration, the sword. Everyone giving him a heads up that it was number 21 for the Korean side who just scored. Jejun Yoon. Korea's now got four different players in the score sheet, and it is Luke Smith who's got 5 scores to his name. What a game he's having. 121 remaining on this third quarter, but there is a timeout. Remember that this is the final game of Pool E between Korea and Uganda. You are watching the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship live from the University of Limerick in Limerick, Ireland on laxsn.com. We'll be right back with you.
There'll be a face-off after the timeout. 1:21 remains in the third quarter.
Minute 30 left on this quarter. We get ready for face-off. Now it's back to George Okic. And sorry, that was Owen Waluku, not Okic, who was in that face-off. And a foul as they tripped him up, walked over him. Komakis, a long pass. Number 44, the man that has been quiet ever since his third score, but he rallies up another one. 4th score of the day for number 44. That is Swibu Meliga. Another solo goal for him. And a laser beam that goes right through Theodore Kim. Nothing he could do there. Didn't have much help from his defenders. 52 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and another timeout as Korea wants to talk things over. We'll be right back.
The score is currently 8-4, Korea in the lead. 8-5, Korea in the lead.
And we are back here with a face-off under a minute 30 left on this third quarter. No one really able to rally that up. No one really able to gather the ball except for Owen Waluku. He's gonna dish it to Meliga, man that has been able to do it all for the Uganda side. This time around, he stopped. That is George Okik turning around, going one way, turning the other. That is a foul called on Korea. Illegal stick check on George Okik.
That was the end of the third quarter.
And this marks the end of the third quarter with a score of 8-5. Korea on top. Just want to thank you all and remind you that you're watching the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship live from the University of Limerick at Limerick, Ireland on laxsn.com. We'll be right back for the last quarter of the game.
Number one, Youngling Yu. That is going to carry over into the fourth quarter. Uganda will start with the ball.
We are back here with the fourth quarter as we approach the last couple minutes of the game. It is Uganda that are now going from left to right with that white and red jersey, and Korea defends with that blue and white helmets from right to left, and a big hit on number 44. Nothing surprised, nothing was called there, and an interception by number 88, and a better assist. That was some beautiful passing, beautiful transition. And it is number 11 who's able to put his name on the stat sheet, Benjamin Ojok, first goal of the day. Now take a look at this crucial interception by Komakis, and then the beautiful assist for Benjamin Ojok.
By number 11, Benjamin Ojo, assisted by number 80, assisted by number 8, George Ojo.
Owen Waluku again lining up in front of Yi Sung Young. Pardon me, that is not Yi Sung Young. That is Yu Yun Lee. Lee still on the ball. Intercepted. Great defense again by number 81. But just dished out an assist. Now it's number 44. Meliga. And a whistle blown. Players seem to be confused as to what is going on. We'll try to have an answer for you. Referees discussing. They're gonna reset the clock and they're gonna give the ball to White, which means Uganda will keep possession. As number 44, Meliga, he's gonna dish it out to Finn Phillips. Phillips, who's had a quiet day today. Usually, number 44 again with another assist. George Okik and another one of his very particular celebrations. This is one of the most amazing things. Favorite thing about this Uganda team is the way they celebrate and the joy with which they celebrate each of their goals. Yesterday they were trying to row their way back into the game. Now they're swimming their way back into it. And that is by the hand of the man of the hour, Zwibu Meliga, who's put his 5th score of the day.
At 12:38, the fourth quarter.
And again, it is Uganda on the ball. Finn Phillips. Uganda feeling a lot more confident about their abilities and about themselves, of course, after scoring 2 unanswered goals in the last 2 minutes here in crunch time, as we like to say, for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter where legends are made. And so far, the legend of Zwibu Meliga continues to grow as he's had 5 scores to his name. That is George Okik trying to see if his defender will bite on one of his moves. Still pretty much in front of him, not giving an inch. Good defense by Korea and a good shot, bounce shot. Nonetheless, Smith. That was Theodore Kim with a good outlet pass to Smith. Smith gonna take the shot, but it is saved by number 22. Great reaction by Andrew Asimwe to save this one. It is number 4 who takes in the ball, Ethan Ashley. Ethan Ashley gonna dish it again to number 5. That is Duke Ryul Yoon. Couple substitutions going on. So we see Owen Waluku leave the field alongside Chris Alnrada.
Penalty assessed to number 19, Innocent Onyala. 30-second technical for interference. That's Onyala, a 30-second technical.
Yoon in possession. Gonna dish it to number 33. And a score by number 22 again. Smith doing the most. Luke already's got 6 scores to his name as he increments the lead to give more cushion to Korea.
Korea's 9th goal of the game scored at 9:48 remaining in the game. Scored by number 22, Luke Smith. Assisted by number 33, Soo Hook Kim.
That was an assist by Soo Hoo Kim. Uganda trying to make this the smallest difference possible of only one goal, but right now they are 2 scores down in this fourth quarter. Korea's 1 man up currently after getting flagged down. That is Luke Smith again. He'll wanna have that puck run. Kim again back on the ball, giving him open space, just inviting him to take a shot. Asim were very mad with his defense, asking what is going on? Why are we leaving them wide open? What did I miss? Again, it is Ethan Ashley who's inbound this ball. Now it's back on Kim. Pardon me, that's Yoon. OB Uganda ball. Owen Waluku on the ball, trying to get out of his own half. He gets stripped up by number 26. And a push. It's gonna be a 30-second foul. Tripped up Owen. Nonetheless, he was able to still get possession. Now they will advance, but Owen gives up the ball to number 8, George Ojic, who is gonna run by himself and try to put this offense to work. Number 44, the man that puts fear in the eyes of the Korean players, Sibu Meliga. Number 898, Rogers Aniwar. George Okic, a little bit of a strong pass there for Finn Phillips, and another costly turnover that's gonna give way for Korea to turn on the Jets and go into this offensive possession. That is number 22 Smith, who sees Ethan Ashley right in front of him, does not give him the ball. Instead, he gives it to number 11, Jungwook Shin, analyzing the field, looking at the movement that the players are making. Ethan Ashley now finally gets the ball. He's gonna wanna have somebody set a pick for him. That does not happen. Number 5, however, gets control, but misses again. Ethan Ashley going to be the one to take control. Trying to find that open cut. Looking for Smith. Smith heavily guarded by number 81. And another score. Ethan Ashley, an assist for number 11. And now they're 3 scores up. That was Jungwook Shin. There's 5 minutes, 54 seconds left remaining on this game. Uganda will need to do the most in order to tie up this game. It isn't over till it's over. You get ready for face-off. Again, this is George Okic against number 6 for Korea, Yu Yun Lee. Yu Yun Lee comes up big for his side, and again, the man who had recently scored. That's number 41. George Okic trying to regain possession. Number 41 complaining. One of the sticks had tangled up with one of his legs. He couldn't move. However, it is Uganda's ball. George Okic, knowing the urgency that they need to score. Finn Phillips going to the far sideline. to get a better look at what's going on here. Still, I think that the Uganda players are a bit too passive considering there's 3 scores down with a little bit under 5 minutes left to go. And a stick check that hit Finn Phillips in the face. It will remain Uganda's ball. And that is number 44, the man of the hour, Sibu Meliga.
Penalty assessed to number 1, Young Minju. 1 minute for stopping. That's you with a 1 minute flag. Korea will be man down.
Korea will be 1 man down. Need to make the most out of this opportunity. Rogers Anwar on the ball. George Okik dished it to number 44, Meliga. Meliga giving a couple passes right there. That is Owen Waluku, who's going to try to open the space and take a shot. Great save by Theodore Kim. Ball still in there. There is a whistle. It will be Uganda's ball still. Be Finn Phillips. Tries to find the open space. George Okik dishes it to Meliga. Meliga's going to take another shot. And it is ultimately Theodore Kim that saves it. Pardon me, folks. Quick transition into offense again for Korea. And another score by number 5. All left all by himself. And this one just looking like the game where Uganda will not pull back. This has been the story for them throughout this tournament, especially yesterday and today, where they were able to tie the game at some point. But during the 4th quarter, it was just too much for them. We're seeing the same story here with Korea, but there is still a little bit under 5 minutes left to play on this game. Again, it is Owen Waluku and Yujun Lee who will fight for this face-off. Referees give the green light to both players. Start trying to get the ball to your team. It is Korea who comes up with the ball, but can't take full control of it and turns it over as it goes out on the near sideline. Quick pass for George Ojic. Gonna take a shot and another save by Benjamin. By Theodore, sorry, Kim. But he gives ricochets off of him. And number 6 is right there to corral it. John Brian Mukaga. Another score for him. 2nd of the day. 3 scores down for Uganda as there is a timeout.
Uganda's 8 goals a game scored at 131 remaining in the game by number 6, Brian Mugaga. That was Mugaga at 131 remaining in the game. The score is currently 11-8. Korea with the lead.
We'll be right back with you after this timeout.
Korea, their timeout.
Another face-off. Here we go, number 13. Man, that's been doing it lately. Owen Waluku against Isun Yoon. Korea takes possession. Couple of substitutions going on the bottom of your screen as you see some players disappear. Turnover caused by the swarming defense of Uganda. That is number 18 who's going to take charge of this one.
Uganda has taken their last timeout.
And Uganda takes their last and final timeout of the game with a couple more minutes to go. As certainly Patrick Ariano wants to talk things over with his players. We'll be right back.
Remains in the timeout. 105 remains.
Under a minute 45 left to go in this fourth quarter. Uganda ready to make the most out of this possession. It is George Okik on the ball currently. Dishing it to number 99. Pardon me, number 98. That is Rogers Anwiwar. Will be Korea's ball. Another turnover for Uganda. That's not what you'd like to see after getting things talked over. Theodore Kim. Little outless pass. Korea already past the midway point. Too many players on the field for Korea, and that automatically will give the ball to George. George, okay. 40 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Finn Phillips with the ball. Finn Phillips squaring up his defender, trying to go past him with a little bit of a ricochet, and then a shot that sails right over the goal. That was number 6, John Brian Mukaga, but it is now George Okik in control of the ball. Or was in control of the ball, I might say. Right, is Finn Phillips trying to corral it. Trying to get another shot off. That is number 40. And that is the final whistle for this game. Uganda sadly losing all 4 games in the Pool E. And Korea, as I said, the redemption game. They take it home with an 11-8 score. Folks, I just want to thank you for being here with us. That is the end of the fourth quarter with a score of 11-8. Korea wins. The Lax Sports Network coverage of the 2022 World Lacrosse Men's U21 World Championship. The Lax Sport Network is also proud to bring over 60 games from these World Championships. For a complete schedule of our games each day, follow us on social media at Lax Sports Network. And remember, there are 3 more games that will be called today by Tom Eschen on the Laxus and Network that you do not want to miss. One that is ongoing, Israel against Czech Republic over on Field 2. And then later at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll have Japan against Puerto Rico also on the LSN Network, called by Dylan and Tom Eschen. And last but not least, certainly, for Group E, Tom will call the game for Hong Kong and Sweden on the LSN Network at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Irish time. That is all for me, folks. This was Nico Arciniagas from beautiful side Winter Park, Florida, calling today's game. We'll see you soon.